Imagine a line stretching from the modern stars of South Africa to the ancient sand dunes of Mali. On one end, the man who wants to colonize Mars. On the other, the king who collapsed entire economies just by passing through them. Today, we bridge 700 years of history to answer one question. Who was truly wealthier? Elon Musk, the visionary of the 21st century, or Mansa Musa, the legendary lion of Mali? This is not a simple currency conversion. This is a duel of absolute power versus global influence. In the next 5 minutes, we calculate the unthinkable. Let's look at Elon Musk first. In 2026, his net worth fluctuates between $250 and $350 billion, largely driven by his massive stakes in Tesla and SpaceX. Musk's wealth is future-based. It relies on the stock market's belief in a world of electric cars, sustainable energy, and reusable rockets. At his peak, Musk was making more money per hour than most people earn in 10 lifetimes. Yet, his wealth is volatile. It can gain $30 billion in a day and lose it just as fast. SpaceX alone is now valued at over $200 billion. They own the majority of satellites orbiting Earth through Starlink, giving Musk a level of control over global communications that no individual has ever held. But now, we turn back the clock to 1324. Imagine a caravan of 60,000 men, each carrying gold bars, stretching as far as the eye can see. This was the pilgrimage of Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was the 10th Mansa, or king, of the Mali Empire. During his reign, Mali owned half of the entire world's supply of gold and salt. Historians at Ferris State University and the BBC have stated that Mansa Musa was so rich, he is literally richer than anyone could describe. He didn't just have money, he was the source of it. During his famous Hajj to Mecca, Musa spent so much gold in Cairo, Medina, and Mecca that he caused hyperinflation, which lasted for over 12 years. Economists estimate that Musa's spending wiped out the equivalent of $1.5 billion in 14th century economic value across the Middle East. He essentially broke the gold market single-handedly. How do we compare them? If we adjust Mansa Musa's wealth for inflation today, most historians agree the figure exceeds $400 billion. Some say it was closer to $1.5 trillion. Elon Musk can buy Twitter for $44 billion. Mansa Musa could have bought every single library, army, and city in the known world during his time. Musk's power is digital and technological. He controls the future of transit and space. But Mansa Musa's power was geological. He controlled the very earth people walked on. Mansa Musa built the University of Sankore in Timbuktu, making it a global center for astronomy and mathematics, similar to how Musk's Starship is the center of modern space exploration. In Mali, salt was as valuable as gold. Musa's empire sat on the intersection of the two most precious commodities of the medieval era. He was the OPEC of the 14th century. If Musk wanted to spend $100 billion today, it would take years to liquidate his stocks without crashing the market. But Musa could simply order his miners to dig faster. However, Musk lives in a world of unprecedented comfort. A medieval king had all the gold in the world, but he didn't have antibiotics, air conditioning, or the internet. This is the paradox of wealth. Musk's $300 billion buys him a lifestyle that Mansa Musa couldn't even dream of in his wildest fantasies. Yet, in terms of dominance metric, Musa wins. He represented 25% of his era's global GDP. Musk, despite his billions, represents less than 0.5% of today's global economy. Mansa Musa's wealth was absolute and physical. He built mosques that still stand today. Musk builds digital networks and reusable boosters that land vertically on drone ships. Both men faced criticism for their wealth. Musk is often caught in political storms on Earth, while Musa's gold dumping was seen as a divine but destructive miracle by the countries he visited. The legacy of the Red Shield era of the Rothschilds or the Gilded Age of Rockefeller often gets mentioned, but even they pale in comparison to Mansa Musa's peak saturation. Elon Musk's wealth is a bet on humanity's survival. If humanity makes it to Mars, Musk becomes the wealthiest person in the solar system, potentially worth quadrillions. If we calculate the pure gold equivalent, Musa carried enough gold on his single trip to Cairo to buy every luxury car Rolex has ever made, 10 times over. Mansa Musa's gold didn't just sit in a vault. He was a patron of the arts and education, transforming West Africa into the intellectual heart of the Islamic world. In contrast, Musk is a patron of silicon and logic. He is transforming the human brain through Neuralink and the human factory through Optimus robots. One man owned the 14th century through resource monopoly. The other is attempting to own the 21st century through technological innovation. When we look at the raw data, Mansa Musa remains the wealthiest human to ever walk the earth in terms of relative power. But Musk is the wealthiest human in history in terms of personal purchasing power and access to technology. One is a king of gold, the other is a king of code. Who would you rely on if the global economy collapsed tomorrow? The man with the mines or the man with the satellites? The choice defines how you see value. Mansa Musa, the eternal standard of 400 billion plus. Elon Musk, the $300 billion architect of tomorrow. In this duel, time is the only metric that truly separates them. But as always, the numbers never lie about the impact they've had. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the titans of history. Consider which era you would rather be wealthy in. Comment your winner below and join us for the next metric duel. Subscribe to see more data-driven battles that define our world.